Do you know how to maximize your ATM business? Stay to the end of the video and I will give you tips and tricks on how to do that. So one of the things I constantly think about in ATM business is how to make more money and be more efficient. So I come up with this checklist of things that we look at all the time and hope it adds value to you and your business. Point number one is time. Time is a big killer to people personally and business-wise. So what you want to do is you want to maximize your efforts in controlling your time. What does that mean? Well, here's what it means. When you have your ATM business, you have to look at your route. You have to say, okay, if it's taking me, you got to map out a route. You just don't go from point A to point B and then come back. You got to put it all together and then do like a circle. So that's the way you minimize the time expectancy, because drive time, windshield time in the ATM business hurts a lot if you're constantly going back and forth. And service those locations and make sure you do a circle, because the worst thing you have to do is service an ATM on one side of the street and then 2 days later come back to the other side of the street to get the other one. Try to do it all on the same day. Sometimes there are some challenges, but always work out. We have locations, they don't open up to 3 o'clock. But you know what? On a certain day during the week, they're there for their deliveries. They're there at 9 in the morning. Maybe the owner's there. Maybe they have a cleanup person who's there where you can get in and get out. That really helps out because you're right there in the same city, same street, and now you can get into that location instead of coming back at a later given amount of time. Time needs to be saved. Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises, and we're here to just let you guys know that we sell ATMs. We also provide repairs on ATM dispensers, and we sell keypads just like this one and this one. This is an 8000R keypad, and this one is a 6000 keypad. We also repair these and do advanced replacements. So for $175, you give us your old keypad, which is like this one, and we'll give you a refurbished one so you can put it in your 1800, your 1500s, your 1800 SEs, and some of the Halo ones will also use this one. And with this special, we're also going to offer $50 off for any new ATM sales. Just mention the promo code 2023 and we'll take an additional $50 off our regular price of the ATM. Point number two is service. Service hurts in the ATM business. It's a reflection of time. What are some of the things you can do to minimize your service? Well, here's what I do. We keep track of on our dispensers of the rejects. So every time we add money or do a cash swap, what we do is we log how many bills are in the reject bin. Because if I constantly see 2, 3, 4 bills in a reject bin, I know that the dispenser is starting to go bad. And what I do is I'm proactive. I take that dispenser out, put a new dispenser in. It might be a reconditioned dispenser, and then it minimizes. Then we rebuild that dispenser. So that helps eliminate service, because the one thing I don't want is a lot of rejects, and then this ATM goes down. It causes me to go out now to service that equipment, and it always happens on a night, late night. Now you have to do basically what I call a home run to the location, get the dispenser, and come back. That kills your business. So what you want to do is you want to minimize service, keep on top of your service. That could be the screens, make sure the buttons are all working, make sure every time you go, wipe down the machine, make sure that you blow out your dispenser from time to time to make sure the sensors are good. And if you see a lot of rejects and you clean the sensors and you blew the dispenser out, it might be time to take that dispenser and get it rebuilt and put a rebuilt one in or a brand new one. Point number three is equipment. Here's the program that we run. We have been successful running this program, and I'm giving this tip to you guys. Here's what we do. We buy an ATM, we run the ATM usually for 5 to 7 years, and then what we do is we sell it to people who are looking for used ATMs. We have found that this works pretty good for us because it gives the new people who are just looking for an entry-level ATM or a low-cost ATM to get into the business, it gives them the opportunity to buy that product. And for us, it eliminates any kind of service, because after a while, the service is going to increase on the ATM. So if you have an older ATM, my suggestion is always to get rid of the ATM. It'll minimize your service, it'll maximize your profits, because again, time is money. So always look at you replacing the equipment. And even if you said, well, I don't want to sell my equipment, Phil, then move it to low volume places. So you got heavy volume places, buy a new ATM every year, put it in there, and then move the ATMs down. Now that might take a little work to do that, but what it does is it minimizes your service costs. Point number four, leads and getting new stops. We talk about it all the time. You need to set up a network. It takes a lot of time. I mean, when we were starting to get the ATM business on the ground, it took us a lot of time to go after leads and new locations. We still do that today, but not as intense as I did when I first started, because I've developed a network of people always feeding us leads. That's locators, that's creating locators, that's networking groups, that's creating customer relationships where they're constantly giving us new locations, new stores. We just got a call the other day. I'm opening up a new liquor store, and you come see the owner, and now we're going to go get another liquor store because of that relationships. Over and over we've been successful. So you got to create those. So instead of me banging on a million doors, now leads are coming to us, but it didn't happen overnight. We created a network. And point number 5, money and how much money is on the street. You have to constantly evaluate a route, week after week, day after day. Okay, I put $6,000 in this ATM. They only went through it in 5 days. You know what? Maybe I got to look at putting more money in that ATM so I don't have to go there so many times. Instead of going there once a week, I'm going there every 5 days. Let's get it up to once a week. Let's get it up to once every 10 days. So that way you can minimize your time, because that time will kill you in this ATM business. So always look as how you can move some of the money out of this ATM and put it over here if you got cash constraints. All right, so if you're thinking about starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to our free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to know to start your profitable ATM business, so you can start earning passive income, make more money for your family, and spend more time with them also. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from the ATM Mastermind group page, where we buy your freedom at one transaction at a time. Thank you guys for making us #1 on YouTube, and I'll see you over at the next ATM Mastermind video.